welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is a man that is going to record this episode from inside some tall grass. It's Nick Rehack.
Hi, hello.
So, Rehack, Nick Rehack.
Yes, that's me.
Nicholas Rehack.
Mm-hmm.
Rehack, Nicholas Rehack. A lot of names there.
It's almost too many.
Yeah, that was your high school yearbook quote, just those words. That's what I'm reading from right now. You're in the tall grass, right, Nick? Right now?
Yes.
Yeah. How's it looking?
Well, not to be a jerk, pretty tall.
What can you, aside from grass, anything good?
I'm a lot of bugs, like way more bugs than you thought. I'm getting a little itchy in my arms. Not a fan of that. Shorts, not a great decision because I'm also getting itchy in my legs, and I don't like itchy legs.
You wore shorts in the tall grass?
It's warm, and I thought, you know what? I'm not going to sweat, but now I'm regretting it because the sweat is just absorbing more of the grass and the bugs.
So it's kind of like when Will Ferrell was drinking the milk in Anchorman.
Very much so, but in leg form.
You know what my wife Megan and I always quote? There's a scene in the interview when he just does this massive hike, Seth Rogen does, and he goes and meets somebody at a helicopter, and they're flying away, and he's like, "Can I at least have a water? I packed like a fool." So whenever Megan and I forget something, we always say we packed like fools. And
I like that.
Yeah, we say it at least once a day. It's common.
We use that.
Now, you're in the tall grass. Which would you fear more? What's more fearsome? Angry, jacked Patrick Wilson from Tallgrass, the Tallgrass, or a Velociraptor?
I think a Velociraptor.
What if Patrick Wilson is wearing a pink polo?
I still go with Velociraptor unless Patrick's on like some kind of four-wheeler or something that's going to make him very fast and catch me very easily. Then I got to go Velociraptor.
What if the Velociraptor is wearing a polo?
See, I think then that's a little terrifying because it's
it's
purposeful. Exactly, it's purposeful. He walked through someone's wardrobe, or she picked it out, threw it on, and was like, "Yeah, this is what I'm doing today." And a dinosaur with clothes, not good, terrifying. That's the stuff of nightmares.
That's gonna be the next Jurassic Park with how smart they are. You like my new Kangol hat? You know, like just walking around.
Goes from Jurassic Park Dominion to Jurassic Park Hollister.
Von Dutch. Now, what's more scary? An angry, evil Patrick Wilson wearing a polo, or a pissed Patrick Wilson sporting a polo, or a Velociraptor that has been tied to a ATV, and the ATV is just willy-nilly.
Patrick Wilson.
Okay.
I had to Wilson, for sure.
I had to really tilt the scales in his favor there.
You sure did.
What's scarier, a Velociraptor that is in a cage that is, you can't get out of, or Patrick Wilson in a polo? The cage.
A raptor with the brain of a kitten, or
a raptor holding a box of kittens.
Just looking at him and looking at you like, hey, do you want one?
I would love one. I watched the new Turning Red, the Pixar movie, and there's a scene with a box of kittens. It's unbelievable.
Okay.
Nick Rehack. But, I think that was a good segue into what we're talking about today, which is The Lost World, Jurassic Park. This is weird, man. You and I do lists, Nick. This is the first movie we've talked about on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because it's going to be something special. Like you said, we do lists, but it's going to be different to sit down and just talk about one film.
Now, I do have something, though, I want to bring your way. So,
sure.
We've done an episode on bathroom fights, and there is kind of a bathroom fight in this movie when Dieter Stark travels about a half mile to go to the bathroom, and then he walks about a half mile, and then he gets killed by compies. But he's technically going to the bathroom, and the compies go to the bathroom in the woods, so is that a bathroom fight?
I think so, in a global sense.
You'd be that guy at the party that everyone hates. You know what I mean? Like, I get what you're saying, Nick, but that's a lot. That's a lot, Nick. I hear you.
There's running water, though.
Oh, you're right.
Leaves. So there's, leaves for washing your hands or wiping off your hands after they've been washed. Like, it's all the criteria there. The only thing he's missing are some sconces.
Oh, man. So if you're not, we did an episode about bathroom fights, and we talked about Mission Impossible Fallout. And in that movie, all the lights were destroyed, and they were replaced somehow by sconces later on, which makes me very happy. Nice sconces. Now, We've done a
Top
jumping
of my mind.
episode.
Yes.
And there's a good jump in this. I would say when Roland Tembo and Ajay Sidhu, they jump from the tree because the Jeep gets shot 400 feet in the air and almost lands on them. But they jump out of the tree. Good jump.
It's a good looking. It's solid. I always forget about that moment where I'm like, oh no, okay, they're out of there. Whew.
That Jeep had a lot of gasoline in it.
Some might say too much gasoline. It definitely, unless somebody snuck a turbo in there and didn't say anything.
Do you think evil Patrick Wilson put the gasoline in that truck?
I think he would have, and I bet you he said some things, or he slipped a little something extra in there from his little museum of just ghoulies and ghastlies. Ghastlies, there you go.
Yep, ghastlies can blow up cars. They're evil demons.
Just the worst kind. But this one was like, let's take it up a notch and launch ourselves at some people.
He put some Monster Energy drink in there too.
0 calorie, of course. Need to keep it light.
Oh yeah, P-Dub, jacked up P-Dub doesn't drink regular Monster.
Oh no.
Third,
No. He's drinking Ultra Sunshine.
You know, when I lived in, this is random, but energy drinks. I lived in Korea for a year. When I came back, I drank a Red Bull, and I thought I was gonna die.
Really?
Yeah, it hit my heart so hard. I was like, I haven't had a Red Bull in 1 year. I'm gonna drink a Red Bull, and I was like, I shouldn't have done this. This was a terrible idea.
Why? Why, past Mark, would you buy this?
It's like drinking old milk on a hot day. You know, it's just standing with shorts in the tall grass.
Yeah, bugs everywhere, but this one is in your mouth and they're racing your heart.
But yeah, I've never had that feeling before, ever or since in my life that I got from that infusion of energy drink. I just wanted you to know that, Nick.
Well, I'm glad you haven't touched a Red Bull in a while.
So next time we're tearing up Baltimore, and you try to give me vodka Red Bull shots.
Not happening.
Yeah.
We're not Mad Dog and Red Bulls.
But if it's Monster, I'm fine. That's got B vitamins and taurine.
0 calories.
Third, the music in this. We've done a music episode. We've done 2 music episodes. We've done Desert Island soundtrack draft, and we've talked about the Tron Legacy and Purple Rain soundtrack discussion. You know what's wild? For this, for like maybe the last 6 months, that's the most popular MFF episode.
Really?
Yeah, it just keeps shooting up and getting higher.
I like it.
I think some people see it and what? And then they just want to listen to it. That's my theory.
I mean, wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. Wait, these guys drafted songs from Purple Rain and Tron Legacy soundtracks? I'm in.
Wait, did they just put peanut in my chocolate?
Is that Monster Energy drink in my Jeep? Right. Next, the music. Carter, there's a scene where Carter is listening to music as Dieter is being destroyed by compies. Now, if you were one of these henchmen, and you had I would say this was 90, I wouldn't say, this was 97. And so in 97, I believe I had a portable CD player. So you have a portable CD player, and you are a mercenary, and you can bring 1 CD. Which 1 CD would you bring? In 97, though. This is 1997.
I was going to say, that's the thing. We got to make sure that, you know what? If I'm a mercenary, right? And hear me out.
What's your mercenary name?
If Mad Dog, of course. I don't know what else it would be.
Oh, that's hurt my back.
He's the maddest dog. It's like, yeah. So here's what I would pick, and I know this is very, off-brand or out of character, but I gotta go with "Fat of the Land" by The Prodigy.
Wow, that's a good one.
You just need something. If I'm a henchman, I got to get through some rough days. I'm flying in helicopters. I have to assemble main bases in about 30 minutes, right? And we're constantly moving. I need something that's going to keep me going. You got Firestarter. You have Breathe on here. Serial Thriller. Like it's
Sorry,
I might go punch dancing right through the woods or even through the tall grass. I'll be like, you guys don't even know. Just going for it.
I would see P-Dub running through the tall grass with you chasing him, listening to that song.
Yeah,
Remember that music video with the alligator?
No, I don't think I do.
Yeah, I think they had an alligator in that video. And also, Paul W.S. Anderson was one of the first people to use their music in a movie soundtrack.
I can see that. I don't know why, but I can definitely see that.
That's a good pick. Oh, man, oh gosh. So they had, oh man, there's some good ones. But okay, I'm super emo. So I would probably, and at the time, I probably would have done Pinkerton.
Ooh.
Because that was like 96, and that was a big album for me in 96. And then I also remember buying Evil Empire by Rage Against the Machine, Bulls on
Ooh.
Parade.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know if I'd want
Bulls
to be
on
that.
Parade is such a great track.
I don't know if I'd want to be that angry all the time. So I would do Pinkerton, and everyone's like, "Is that the Blue Album?" No, it's Pinkerton. Ugh, like people would not like it. You don't understand. Just wait 10 years. But yeah, that's what I would do. I would take Pinkerton from Weezer. That's what I'd be listening to.
Just tell them, hey gang, wait.
Just wait 10 years, guys. It's like Mitch Hedberg. I saw a wino. He was eating grapes. I said, hey, man, just wait.
Or like Back to the Future. You guys might not like it now, but your kids are going to love it.
I wish that's me. That's my one line in this movie. All the mercenaries are surrounding me listening to one of the tracks. You guys don't know it now, but just wait. And then Vince Vaughn's like, let's go, guys. All right, next question. Where would a jet ski action scene fit in this film?
So I thought about this, and the obvious low-hanging fruit is towards the end of the film, right during the peak. You have the ship racing into port. It has one of the dinosaurs on there. Chaos. But I think the film needs a much stronger opening. So I want to see this family racing around on jet skis. And they come across this little beach, and they'd be like, this would be a great spot to rehydrate, re-energize, and then continue to jet ski. So all of their little servants and people start riding through on jet skis. You have people packing tables and chairs onto jet skis, and they're running it through. Yeah, just going through. And then you have like the titles that show up. Just a good 10, 15-minute sequence of just
jet skis ferrying stuff back and forth.
And jet skis of varying sizes, too, because you have the little girl, right? She's going to need a my-size jet ski. She's going to be going through and just – or maybe they put her on a tube, and they're pulling her on the tube and just slinging her around, you know?
Oh, that'd be amazing. You know Jeffrey's pulling that.
He absolutely is. And you got to jump some wake. So we got wake jumping. They're going to be doing some donuts. They're going to be jumping each other's wake. Like, it's going to be – a spectacle. Now we're not going to go flying high like a Wave Race 64. There won't be any dolphins. It's not Dolphin Beach, but the magic of that. And then you have this gorgeous island in the background. Like, you got to do it.
Oh my gosh. Delivering prawns on a jet ski.
Yeah. Or scooping them up with a net.
Oh my gosh. They're just going around scooping prawns with a net, doing sweet,
fresh
like
prawns.
roundy rounds. I don't even know what you call them, but roundy rounds sound right. Oh man,
almost sounds like a British thing. You want to do some roundy rounds and pick up these prawns? Yeah, I do, mate.
I got 6 last time. Wait, no, that was Christopher Walken. There's so many jet skis that they spell out The Lost World.
Yeah, they could have easily fit them in there, and they just don't, which is very disappointing.
I got nothing. That's Dream. That's the stuff that dreams are made of. At the end of Field of Dreams, when Kevin Costner is playing baseball catch with his dad, Ray Liotta, that's how I felt while you were talking about that jet ski scene. That's how happy I was as happy as Costner at the end of Field of Dreams.
Because you know why? Because it's genuine. It's heartfelt. It comes from a place of joy and wanting to capture, again, that childlike wonder and excitement.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
I gotta say that the mother, Deirdre, she walked over to the champagne to pour herself some, and then she stopped, and she went, Jeffrey, come get me some champagne. She does not pour her own champagne, and she wants a bottle of red. They're getting loose on this beach.
A little bit. I mean, and I like to think of that as there was an issue on a jet ski. She tweaked her hand a little bit, probably going too hard on the throttle, or she went to adjust her side mirror or went to turn up some music. I believe that Chumbawamba's Tub Thumping came out in 97. So she's probably went to crank it on the jet ski, missed it by a little bit, pinched it with like the webbing of her fingers, and now she can't pour herself some champagne.
'Cause that actually holds true because Tub Thumping, that song was banned from jet skiing in '98, so it was still legal at this time. All right, yeah, I like that. Oh man, that poor kid. Kid got mauled. Last question.
And
oh, go for it.
No. Go ahead.
What dinosaur? You're a mercenary. Your family knows you're there. Everyone knows you're there. You're in '97. You break the NDA and you just tell everybody at your bar and your local bar and everywhere that you are going to Dinosaur Island. Turns out you get eaten on Dinosaur Island. How would you like to go on Dinosaur Island?
See, the thing is, what dinosaur do you go with?
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to you don't want to be stepped on by a brontosaurus. Nick got stepped on by a brontosaurus? Like, what was he doing?
And you don't want to end up like Ned did in the first film. Where was that? Dilophosaurus?
Oh gosh, that's a slow, horrible death.
Yeah, where it just goes spraying in your face. I'd like to go out impaled by a triceratops.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it gets me, but I get it too. So it's like a murder-suicide thing. The triceratops kills me for sure, but in a way it creates its own suicide because I'm going to mad dog that triceratops. Like, I'm going to find a knife or some kind of soft pallet or tissue under the neck and just have at it.
So you're going to be impaled on a triceratops and then stab it to death?
Yeah, like they get my right leg with their first horn, and then to the right, that horn's going to catch my left arm, right? And so it's a double impale. But I'm reaching under with my right, and I'm just stabbing it right in the neck, just letting them know what's up.
So this is like if LL Cool J was able to kill the shark with his cross crucifix in Deep Blue Sea.
Yes.
But you finished the job.
Exactly. I mean, you have to. When you're mad dogging, you finish jobs. Mad dogs don't do things halfway.
Wow. That's a 15-minute scene of you just stabbing, because that hide is very tough. That's
aggressively.
That's irreversible hardcore, is what we're about to be watching.
Yeah. And it's near Kramer versus Kramer levels of stabbing, because they hit 74, 75, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're at least in the 50s, cracking into the 60s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your blood gets in the Triceratops' eyes.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh no, I can't see.
You both just perish off of a cliff.
Oh, man. That would actually be kind of cool. We Thelma and Louise it. We just I weirdly hold its paw.
One of the guys who gets back from the island, and I'm friends with him as well. Man, you would not believe how Nick went down on this. Oh, gosh. So I'll be real quick with mine because mine's jet ski adjacent.
Ooh, here we go.
Would want to be on a jet ski, and I would want a megalodon to come up and try to eat me. But I would just full throttle it into the megalodon's mouth before it had time to chew down. So I would just go right in there with the jet ski. I would somehow light a fuse because Patrick Wilson put some Monster Energy drink and diesel gasoline into this jet ski and blow a hole through the side of the megalodon, like in Waterworld. Now, as I'm crawling out, there's a lot of blood and guts and debris, and as I'm swimming out, a shark gets me.
Now, here's a question. Would you have something where during the chase, you cut a hard right, the megalodon goes before you, and as it peeks out of the water, would you use then the upper body of the megalodon as a ramp and launch yourself off of it?
Into the mouth of another megalodon?
Yeah. This is the greatest day of my... Oh, no!
Look at me! And you're watching from the shore? I think he could make it.
It's like in, what is it, Angry Birds 2? When that little chihuahua gets launched out of an ice cube, and it's like, yeah, I'm not ice cube anymore, and then immediately plunges into the frozen water.
I didn't ever see that.
What? Oh, dude.
Is that a movie? Is that the movie?
Yeah, Angry Birds 2. It's in the movie.
All right,
there's I use the seal GIF at least once a week. It's honestly worth it for the seal alone. If you just do YouTube and type Angry Birds 2 Seal, SEAL, or Seel. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Seel. Just get ready for some laughter.
Okay.
Because it is so funny.
Oh, I can't wait. I know if you like it, I'll like it.
That's true. It's just so like I didn't expect to enjoy. I think that's the only reason I enjoyed the movie was because of the seal.
Okay. So it sealed the deal for you.
Yes, it
So
did.
bad. So, you know that The Lost World Jurassic Park is only one of 4 movies that Spielberg has made that is currently rotten on the tomato meter?
Really?
Yeah. First is 1941, then
I was going to say it had to have been that one.
Twilight Zone the movie, he did a segment. Hook, which is 29%, and The Lost World, which is 53%.
Huh.
How does that sit with you? Do you think this movie is a 50, like, so critics, 50-50 split with critics, let's say. 50% liked it, 50 didn't. Where do you sit?
I'm with the like it. And I can understand why they didn't, because if you look at Spielberg's filmography leading up to that, right? He goes from Jurassic Park, which everybody loves, to Schindler's List, real heavy. Then you
Yeah.
pull out with Lost World, and they're like, hey, we're having fun. We're going back to be a big, fun, easygoing action piece. And then he immediately turns it around and hits you with Amistad, which is, another heavy film, and then Saving Private Ryan. So you have all of these films that are, very intense, and they teach you and have you look inside yourself, the psychology of man, inherent nature of evil, et cetera, et cetera. But in between that, we've got the Lost World Jurassic Park, and we're having fun. It's a big, not fun, but it's a big action epic that he hadn't done in a while.
It is quite refreshing, too. And on the rewatch for this, I noticed how every movie has scenes, but this movie seems to just be a collection of scenes, if that makes sense. The narrative, it's not the tightest narrative. It just seems it goes from set piece to set piece. And well, I guess I mean that when, like, Dr. Ian Malcolm, there's really no character development. And they don't need
Right.
it. It's a day or two. Vince Vaughn disappears. The daughter disappears. Julianne Moore disappears. Like, nobody learns any lessons in this movie. There's no Sam Neill with the kid. Like, it's not like an AB. This movie's just sort of a collection of scenes, but I think that's what makes it so rewatchable for me, because you can just step in and it's on TBS, and no matter where you come in, you're like, oh man, the caravan or the what would you call it? The cliff scene is coming up, or the tall grass
that
scene
big,
is coming up.
RV kind of thing. Yeah.
And so I just thought, I mean, I'm not saying every movie needs character development, because they don't, but it's really interesting that this movie is just Spielberg having some fun, like you said. And he said, you know what's interesting? He said, my sequels aren't as good as my originals because I go into every sequel I've made and I'm too confident. This movie made $1 gazillion, which justifies the sequel. So I come in like that's going to be a slam dunk, and I wind up making an inferior movie to the one before. And he said, I'm talking about The Lost World and Jurassic Park. But then I got thinking about it, and I really don't like how people treated this movie when it came out, because they were saying it's not as good as Jurassic Park. Which, what movies are as good as Jurassic Park? It's Nick, you're an NBA player. Nick, the Missile Rehack, Mad Dog the Third.
Yeah.
That's a big name.
It's a great name, though. Big name, big shoes, big championship right here. All day dropping threes. Sorry, I'm in basketball mode. All day dropping threes. I don't know what you want me to do.
One day you put up 87 points, and you guys win the game, and everyone just thinks this was an amazing game. The next night you come out, you drop 40. People aren't going to look at that and be like, that's a terrible game. That's not as good as yesterday's game, because your 87 points is an anomaly. That, like, Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Kobe, LeBron, those games are so rare that no one expects someone to go out and do that every night. So when people came out to watch The Lost World, I read so many critic, audience, IMDb things, not as good as Jurassic Park. And that's such... I find a lot of, for lack of a better word, a lack of creativity there. Because it won't be as good as Jurassic Park. You can't. The very few sequels have been better. Like Godfather 2, sure. Scream 2, I like it. But many people like Empire Strikes Back. But that's it. That's like, whenever, what's a better sequel? Well, maybe John Wick 2. Well, yeah, maybe Captain America Winter Soldier.
The Raid 2.
Thor Ragnarok. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah,
easily.
yeah.
You and I just name about 40 back to back. But I just don't. What do you think about that? I just think it's such. It was on such a pedestal that there's no way this movie is going to live up to that.
Well, I think it's a cop-out. I think it's a really easy thing to say. And they're not making another Jurassic Park. They're making a film within that world, within the Jurassic Park universe, right? That's what happened with the third one, obviously with Jurassic World, and we go back to the park and that island and area, Fallen Kingdom, and now with Dominion going on. We're just exploring the world if dinosaurs came back. The whole purpose wasn't to make another Jurassic Park. It was to say, I wonder if Ian Malcolm was put in this exact same situation again, how would he handle it? You know, it's like the Hangover and Hangover 2. Let's just put them in a different scenario and maybe mix up the people a little bit. And that's what happens here. We bring Malcolm back to a similar island. He's put into similar circumstances, but instead of it being a little more academic, now it's just survival. Because as soon as he's there, the survival instinct is on, and that's all he's trying to do. They're not trying to learn. They're not trying to – I mean, in a way, they're trying to stop the other team from, you know, essentially kidnapping and bringing in these dinosaurs for a profit. They're just trying to survive because they know what's going to happen. So in a way, this is just a continuation of that story. And if you really can't think of anything outside of, you know, oh, too much CGI in this one, or, oh, I didn't like this particular actor. Okay, well, what else? Because there's a lot more to the film than the CGI and a particular actor you might not like. So I think it's an absolute cop-out. It's just an easy way to go, yeah, I didn't like it. The other one was better. And then you move on with the conversation, right? Because they're not offering anything. If they brought in your argument of saying like, oh, well, there's no character development. Okay, now we can have a conversation on that. But to just dismiss it, then what's the point? You're set in your way already, you know?
Yeah, it's just such a weird complaint about it. It's not as like, and I'm telling you that 70% of reviews said that. And it's just, I don't know. It kind of irks me. It does, because there's a lot. I remember watching this movie in '97, and my 15-year-old brain was blown when you have the tall grass scene, when you have the cheeky glass scene where the raptor jumps through the glass. You have the T-Rex smushing a guy. You have the snake on a dude getting eaten. His blood goes through the waterfall. You had Pete Postlethwaite being awesome. You had just so many fun, like the T-Rex eating the dog. It's mean, and people just getting murdered. There's a bit of a horror element to this movie. There is some, like, when, oh man, oh gosh, I got his name in the notes right here. Like the nicest dude in this movie who goes about, when Eddie saves everybody, and then he gets flipped in the air and ripped in half. There's this real mean streak for me. And watching Dieter, Spielberg said that he just wanted to kill Peter Stormare because of his character in Fargo. So he got an extended death because Spielberg saw Fargo and wanted him to die brutally.
Yeah.
But I remember when I was 15, I didn't care about being better than the original. I just was thrilled with how bloody and gory, and I mean, this is kind of a mean movie at points, and I rode along and I dug it. I didn't, I never once cared about the gymnastics in this movie. Now, Jay Cluitt, who was supposed to join us on this episode, he's my co-host on Deep Blue Sea, the podcast. Nick has been on many times. He sent me a list, and his two least favorite parts are the daughter in this movie. But I don't think her role is kind of what Kelly, Vanessa Chester. I don't think it's her fault, because Spielberg loved her in The Little Princess, and he said, I'm going to put you in a movie. So Last World comes around, he's like, I'm going to put you in this. So they just wrote her apart. She does disappear at the end, but I don't think anything that she does in this movie is her fault. But, like, people have a lot of malice towards this character. What do you think about Kelly in this movie?
Well, it's the same thing with Jake Lloyd, right? Nobody likes the little kid character, and it's like, A, they're a kid. B, they're working with the script. And C, the director liked the performance enough to keep it in there and not really change anything. At any point, Steven Spielberg could have said, you know what? It's a good take. You did this right, but let's try to do this with it and action. You know what I mean? And do it again. The whole point of the kid is I came here mistakenly because dad said do this, and I'm going to listen to my dad and do it this way. And then it just becomes survival as well. It's, I made a mess of this and I shouldn't be here. So there's a little bit of guilt. And then when she finally sees an opportunity to be like, oh, here's something I know. Here's how I can help the situation. She knows gymnastics, and she's using her gymnastics to help the scene. Is it my favorite? No, not really. Does it come across as a little hokey? Maybe. Maybe some people would see it that way, but it's just a character using their strengths in a situation that they normally wouldn't. How would you react if you're in a land full of dinosaurs all of a sudden? Do you think you're going to have like the best performance out there? Absolutely not. Like,
Mm-mm.
I think just people sometimes need to be a little more realistic when it comes to certain things.
And we love you, Jay Cluett. And I made fun of him. Not made
Oh,
fun of
totally.
him. I commented on it, and he went. He's like, "Yeah, I was a lot more bitter 5 years ago." But I don't know. This movie. It's just a popcorn blockbuster film. But I think the problem is that it was made by Spielberg. And
Right.
when I watch the other Jurassic Park movies, I would rank the five as Jurassic Park, Jurassic Park 2. I don't really like the other. Jurassic World, Jurassic Park 3, and then Dominion? No, what's the fourth?
Fallen Kingdom.
Fallen Kingdom. I would say those are my rankings.
I would agree with you.
And I think if someone else directed, like Jurassic Park 3, nah. But Jurassic Park 2, if someone else directed it and it wasn't Spielberg's name, I think people would have liked it more. But I think since Spielberg's
Ooh.
name is on it, people. Does that make sense?
I think that's a fair assumption, especially when, like, the third one, who did the third one? Joe Johnston did the third one, right? He did Captain America, the First Avenger, Rocketeer, October Sky. So this is kind of a little out of his wheelhouse, excuse me. But he still did stuff like Jumanji, right? He did The Wolfman. So he's used to doing these kind of, I don't want to say creature features, but these films with these characters that are out of the ordinary, and he can kind of handle it. And I think it works for him. So if someone else who does a little more, of the action base and fighting off like animals and stuff like that, like I wholeheartedly agree. I think it would have been better received.
It's just I'm not trying to get too negative here because I mean this movie still made bank. It made $74 million its opening weekend. It was the highest grossing weekend total up until from 97 to 01 when Harry Potter 1 defeated it with 90 million.
Really?
Yeah, and then Spider-Man of course in 02 cleared 114 and then it became the number
Good
one.
gracious.
So it had the title for almost 4 years. So
Yeah,
people
I didn't know
loved,
that.
yeah, people loved this movie, and it's kind of wild though that it had quite a steep drop off in the theater. So it opened at 74, then it went to 34, then 18, 12, 8, 4, 2. So it made really great money, but audiences didn't come back to see it as much. But that's fair. I mean, you get movies like Titanic that people go back to, and then you get movies like Jurassic Park that have legs. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Those movies all have legs because there's something really new and fresh, and you want to revisit these worlds time and time again. Spielberg already made Jurassic Park, so I don't think people are going to have that magic again. And also, I just want to say, Con Air defeated The Lost World and knocked it out of one. In the third weekend, Con Air was number one. So Nicolas Cage on a plane defeated Lost World. That makes me happy.
Well, it's that hair he had, that flowing mane of his,
Yeah, and the bunny. Put the bunny. Oh man, Steve, what a crazy movie. I love it.
About it.
I guess people didn't come back to see it. They didn't really go to it too much, but there's still I don't know. It still gave me something fun, and also too, like, I think you're right. Spielberg after Schindler's List took a couple years off, and then he came back and he's like, I want to make a King Kong movie, so I'm gonna bring the T-Rex to America. I'm gonna have T-Rex eat David Koepp, the screenwriter, and call him. And his character's name in this movie is Unlucky Bastard. I'm going to.
Holy cow! I'm sorry to interrupt your train of thought, dude. You just blew my mind out. He made his version of King Kong.
Yeah. Remember when he and like Godzilla? Remember when he yelled like like there's a wide shot of the T-Rex doing that on set on the behind the scenes documentaries. Spielberg was just so happy. He was so happy to be making a King Kong movie, a mini Godzilla movie. Like he's just like, oh man, I'm making a mini Godzilla King Kong movie. Like this is my scene. And I also learned that baby T-Rex, the noises are baby camels. I thought that was pretty interesting. But
okay,
yeah, I think he just wanted to have fun. He just wanted to put Vanessa Chester in a movie. He wanted to make a King Kong Godzilla type film. He wanted certain elements. He wanted 2 T-Rexes this time. And instead of building full bodies, they just put them on these gigantic rigs that could drive with them on tracks, which is pretty amazing. But I think he just, and like also too, I heard Peter Stormare was talking about this movie, and he said that whenever Pete Postlewaite was on camera, Spielberg would just be like, tell people stop and watch him act. Like one time he just grabbed Stormare and was like, watch this. So he just made everyone watch Pete act. And while I was watching this movie, I don't know, it just seemed like everyone was having fun. He seemed to really enjoy himself making this. And also, Jeff Goldblum's 6'4", Vince Vaughn's 6'5". How often do we get 2 tall people like that on camera together? It's very rare.
Not a lot.
It was kind of weird, wasn't it? It's weird to watch, isn't it?
Well, until you mentioned something that didn't even dawn on me, because I guess everybody else has, a good enough height on them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we don't get a lot of tall boys up together.
I know it's random, but seeing them together, I'm like, it's too tall. Let's do 6 foot plus people on screen together. Made me happy. Yeah, I know it's really random, but
it is. But it's fun to think about those things.
The Dead Meat podcast call them sequoias.
I like that.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I guess for me, this movie's more about moments. There's no wonder there. There's no. And I think Spielberg realized that. There's no wonder to this movie. There's really no emotion either. There's no Alan Grant sleeping with the kids in the tree. There's really no humor either in this movie. No one gets snotted on by a brontosaurus. This is just a lean and mean creature feature.
There are weird moments of humor.
Yeah, triple cheeseburger.
Yeah, you have these weird edits and cuts and things that the dinosaurs do. In the very beginning, when the mother screams, as she screams, it immediately cuts to Ian Malcolm yawning as the train's coming through. And, that whole bit. You have him on the train with the random guy talking about, like, I know you and I believed you and, and all that other stuff.
I hate that guy. Can we talk about him for a second?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't normally dislike many performances or people, but that guy and his gum smacking and just the way he flicks his wrist away, he just overacts. I don't even think it's creating a dislikable character. I just don't like that human. I'm sorry, but just watching him, like, I knew you, and it's smacking his gum and overacting and looking away and flicking his wrist. Like, how did Spielberg allow that, Nick?
I don't know. There's no need for him, right? There's nothing that the character brings to the table. It's not like, because there's plenty of people throughout the film that are like, oh, you're crazy for saying the things you said. It didn't really happen. I don't believe you. There's plenty of that already in the film. So we don't need another instance of someone being like, I can't believe you said those things. Like, how could you? Like, it's totally unnecessary.
I guess it's Ross Partridge. I don't guess. It is. Ross Partridge played the role. And I guarantee you, man, that they just went, hey, you're a day player, and he just made a meal. He's like, man, Spielberg's not really paying attention. I'm gonna get away with some things here. Spielberg's just happy to be on set making this, chilling. I'm gonna overact. But I hate gum smacking in movies, Nick. I can't do it.
And in general.
Yeah, and then also there's kind of he spits in her hand, and then she's like, no, the gum. Yeah, the humor doesn't fit. It's fine. I still love this movie. And I think it goes by really quickly, but the humor is quite odd, right? And I interrupted you when you were talking about it.
No, you're good.
I just had to talk about Gum Guy.
You actually make it work, though, where it's odd humor, because there's a scene where Goldblum goes into a room, a dinosaur jumps through the window, so Goldblum exits out the door, so the dinosaur jumps back out the window. It's these weird, just odd, doesn't make sense, almost slapstick type humor moments, and it's like, why is this here? And it kind of goes over your head because you're not even thinking about humor. You're just like, oh no, he's fighting for his life against this dinosaur, and it gets really weird sometimes.
It's odd. I love it though. I think Spielberg was just loose on this movie.
Right? He absolutely was. About as loose as the dinosaurs, huh?
Oh. Bazinga. But yeah, it's, I don't know. I still like it. A guy gets smushed underneath a T-Rex foot.
Yeah. and carried along like a piece of toilet paper after you leave a bathroom.
It's so silly, right?
It is, yeah, like you said, it's odd. Like, it's really weird. And then there's just moments, like you said, where like characters just kind of disappear, or things just don't follow through. Like when the guy gets up after listening to his tunes, he doesn't think, "Oh, where's my friend?" or "Hey, here's this bag. Where'd he go?"
He's just into his jams.
Yeah, I mean, if they were jock jams, he'd be way into it.
I'd be dancing around
In the woods, just, "Hey, he said take 5. I am taking a 5. I'm a mad dog this 5, dude."
Dun 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 dun. Everyone hears it. Like, turn it down.
The dinosaurs are gonna hear it. And you see the little campies like, "Yeah, I kind of like this." They're jumping along to the music.
He's just leading a band of compies with him, like the Pied Piper.
Yeah, but instead it's a little boombox.
Oh man, I'm sure those have been made.
It had to have.
Bum 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 bum, and they're like, ah! So the compies are following them. And I mean, listen, this is a movie where a 10-minute sequence is just given to killing off a character, Peter Stormare, very slowly. He has nothing to do with the plot. That scene has nothing to do with the movie at all. It's just Spielberg wanted to kill Peter Stormare because he wanted to, and I love that about it. And this is why I think I like it, because I think Lost World is, I think, yes, it does feature a Megalodon eating a T-Rex and a raptor fight. There are some neat Indominus Rex. There are some neat moments, but it just feels safe. It feels very safe. Jurassic Park 3 kind of feels the same way, but this one, there's so much weirdness to it that makes it stand out from its other big blockbuster peers, and that's why I admired it. Also, it's a lead role for Jeff Goldblum. I mean, this is one of his, I know he's been in Independence Day in a few movies, but this was his name. He's number 1 on the call sheet on this movie. And it's pretty cool that he's headlining this blockbuster. And I think he does it well, too. Like, do you like his role in this?
I very much enjoy his role in this. It still feels like Ian Malcolm. It still feels like a character he's playing. At no point is it like, oh, he's just Jeff Goldblum being Jeff Goldblum. I think a lot of his scenes and films recently, I think a lot of people are just kind of tapping into that, where it's like, oh, we'll just put him in there. Like his role as Grandmaster in Thor Ragnarok. He's leaning a little more into Goldblum, much like Christopher Walken would kind of lean into that Walken. You know what I mean? But I feel like having him back as Ian Malcolm kind of strengthens him a little bit, kind of adds like, hey, he's still a good actor. He can still do these characters. Like, I'm interested to see what he does with Jurassic World Dominion coming back as that character, because I think it's something that's going to ground him a little bit. It's not just going to be, hey, let's get loosey-goosey with this too. It's, no, this is a person and this is how they would react in this situation.
Yeah, he's not just going to show up on set in a turtleneck, say a few lines, and walk off.
Exactly.
And you're right, he is in a different mode here. I guess when I watch him in this movie, he is Ian Malcolm. That's a really great point, too. I love him in Thor Ragnarok, but he's Jeff Goldblum.
Exactly. He's having fun. He's over the top. And he's supposed to be with that character. With Ian Malcolm, you're not going over the top. You're not losing. Sure, people have memed him laying on the table to death, and that has since become a thing post. But, at the moment, it's like, no, this is just Ian Malcolm's character. He's this cool, calm, collected guy who's slowly kind of becoming a little unraveled by everything that he's had to deal with in this film, constantly in fight and flight mode. There's not a moment where he kind of takes a 5, like it's just, there's no real rest. There's, even when they get back home to San Diego, it's like, well, not home, but back to San Diego in general. It's like, we still got to ramp this up and handle this thing.
Oh, I love it. That's a great point. And that scene's not really needed either. I do love when the baby T-Rex kills Arliss Howard, though, or Peter Ludlow. Wait, yeah, Peter Ludlow gets killed. Right?
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, that took me a second. Yeah, because he's down there, and the mom's kind of like, go ahead and eat him. Show me what you're made of. And the kid's like, and the little baby T-Rex is like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And he just rips into him one.
Oh, and he tries to run away, and the mom gets him. It's a nice bonding
moment. No, you don't. It is, isn't it? Like, don't you do it. And then pushes him back. It's like, get him. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to get him.
It's still another
bad dog him.
It's a mean moment. And it's quite drawn out, and you're supposed to just relish in this man's death by tiny dinosaur bites. I don't know.
Which feels gross. It feels a little gross.
But it's I like Spielberg. I read a bunch of articles about this movie, how when kids watched it when they were younger, they kind of thought, oh, these movies taught me that things could get mean. And I like that because I bet you 12-year-old kids who love Jurassic Park, who watched it on maybe VHS, went and saw this and went, oh my gosh, this is a different world. This is quite, I mean,
it's a lost world.
I mean, yes. Dun, 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 dun. I'm just going to add
Thank you
that.
so much. Good night.
Y'all ready for this? You need to say that before you drop a good line. Let everyone get ready. Say it, and then dun, dun, dun. Or would that ruin the effectiveness of it?
I think it would ruin the effectiveness, but then you hit him with, were you ready? Were you ready for this? And then you hit him with the music.
Oh, yeah. That's a good. All right. So how about this? I need to gather my thoughts here, but let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk more Lost World. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. And I have to say that leading up to Bone Tomahawk, The Lost World, Jurassic Park featured the best usage of the word troglodyte.
You don't hear it enough in film.
Where could
you
it be
really
wedged
don't?
In? Like, what are some movies where troglodyte could be wedged in? Kramer vs. Kramer, obviously.
It would have to be movies where someone is a bit of a hermit, like they're just kind of forgoing technology. Like I'm surprised it hasn't been in a comedy yet where someone's like, oh yeah, on Facebook, and another character very smugly, I'm not on Facebook, and then someone hits him with like, yeah, I bet you're not, you so and so looking troglodyte. You know what I mean? You compare them to a celebrity or something like that, and then everybody rags on him for the like celebrity lookalike and what have you there. So there's plenty of room for the use of it. It just needs to happen.
Oh man! All right, so an angel has fallen. Jerry Butler comes home to his dad, Nick Nolte, and they get into an argument. And Jerry Butler's like, "You're such a troglodyte, Dad." And then Nick Nolte's like, "I'm not a troglodyte. Where's my jet?
I got an Instagram on my jet ski.
Where is my jet ski? Get me to the canal."
Oh no!
Oh, how disappointed were you in Licorice Pizza when Tom Waits?
Yes.
Yeah, Tom Waits is like, hey, Sean Penn, we're gonna do a stunt, and it's a motorcycle stunt, not a jet ski stunt.
Part of me is like, aren't you guys like L.A.? Isn't that coastal? Like, there's plenty of water nearby. Every time I see a film in L.A., there's always going through like the canals, right? Where like the water's always some kind of car chase. Throw a jet ski in there, man. That's the perfect opportunity for like, oh, we got a jet ski over here. We're just gonna throw it in.
Imagine
is everybody ready? And his stone gravel voice he rips out every so often. Lights, jet ski, action!
And Ingrid Goes West,
and
Aubrey
here we
Plaza.
Go.
Imagine this scene. Ingrid Goes West, Aubrey Plaza, Elizabeth Olsen chatting about Instagram, and all of a sudden Nick Nolte comes underneath him. I'm coming to you, people! Just zaps underneath him with a jet ski. In Role Models, Sean William Scott's character should have ridden a jet ski.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's so many films where there should have been a jet ski. Especially if Nick Nolte jumps out. He's like, check out my Instagram, Wave Runners and H2 Hummers. It's like, what?
Let's
That's
go.
what he tows his jet ski with? A Hummer?
I drive the Hummer into the water, and then I ride the jet ski off of it. How many
and
Hummers
I leave
do you
it there
have?
so I come back later.
Yeah, how many Hummers do you have? I don't know. It's an expensive business.
One for every day that ends in Y.
Yeah. People need saving.
Yeah. And I'm the guy to do it. They don't even have a siren. He just leans his head out the window with a speaker. Ee-oo, ee-oo. Get out of the way. Get out of the way.
You know why he does that? Because one time he backed his jet ski into the water and some ruffian stole it. He's like, get back here, you ruffians, with my jet ski. So now he just drives right into the water with it.
And he's always chasing, looking for that jet ski. And he every time he gets a new one, he's like, maybe there's the one, and it's not the one.
I'll get my Kawasaki back one day, looking at the classifieds.
I check Craigslist.
Oh man, yeah. Let's see, where were we?
That's a movie. I'm not gonna lie. That's a movie where an old man, or I should say, an older man, has this really cool, let's just say, the Wave Runner Ultra 310, right? He's got this brand new tricked out. He's ready to go. And he backs it down. He's got this old beat up truck, and these kids just beat him up and they take his stuff. And he's like searching for it. Essentially, it's taken, but the jet ski is taken, and it's Nick Nolte instead of Liam Neeson.
Oh my gosh.
And the last half hour is just all on jet skis.
He takes his jet ski to the Venice Jet Ski Open Invitational.
Because he knows those guys are going to be there.
Oh, that's a sequel.
Yeah.
I gotta get my jet ski back. Where's the pizza?
Yeah. And when he'll hit the jet ski and he lands onto a table, just a big mess, and he just goes, Buongiorno. And everyone like loses it in the theater. You know what I mean? Just a 1500cc 4-cylinder supercharger, just blasting it out there.
All these gondolas are getting ripped in half.
Yeah. Get out of the way.
Oh, I just let's just go make this movie.
We have to. Like, there's no way we can't. We raised $2 million on a Kickstarter. Maybe he's like Harvey Keitel, where Harvey Keitel's like, I'm going to take a cut in my usual pay because I see a burgeoning filmmaker and I want them to be successful. Maybe Nick Nolte feels the same way. He'll do it for $50K in one of these Ultra 310 jet skis and just really do it right.
So you're telling me I just got to ride a jet ski around? I'll do it.
Yeah. 50K. Nick, that's all you got to do. It's going to be great.
SAG minimum.
Sure. We'll check with the accounting department and we'll do a Kickstarter.
That'd be amazing if you said that SAG minimum. Cool. It's got to be above board.
Done. Yeah. Above waterboard at this point.
Oh, we need a couple wakeboards in there.
Yeah. Oh, boogie boards. Can you imagine if he's boogie boarding along?
He's, like Tom Waits is on a jet ski. He's on a boogie board. He's getting towed. Tom Waits lets go of him, and then he jumps on the back of a jet skier.
Yeah. And then he watches his prized jet ski get destroyed, and then he just goes John Wick Mad Dog all over him. Just destruction.
He bit my clavicle.
Yeah. Well, you shouldn't have left it out.
Now, a couple other things I want to talk about in this movie. And another thing I love about how loose Spielberg was in his film. Julianne Moore's character, she is a famous wildlife photographer. And she knows how to photograph lions. She's been there, but they're like, oh, she's fine. Like, no one knows how these dinosaurs react. No one knows.
Yeah.
But they're like, she'll be fine.
Nobody.
So then she goes immediately up to a Stegosaurus baby without checking film. And then her camera runs out of film and makes the loudest noise possible. Not the best move for a wildlife.
No, it's amateur hour.
Yeah.
It's amateur hour.
It's a little bit of a bummer scene, is it not? Because I don't want to poke holes, right? But come on, JM, you're better than that.
Yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, I can kind of see how no matter how professional you are, in a situation like this, you're just so gobsmacked. You're so taken aback by, oh my gosh, I'm looking at a dinosaur right now. Here, dinosaur, smell my hand. That you just kind of forget, I don't know, all of the rules. It all goes out the window. So you can get this little dinosaur to smell your hand. Like,
Yeah, you're right.
It must be worth it. It must be worth it.
I mean, if she's the best, you're right. She just got a little carried away and forgot about it. And a couple facts before we get out of here. I love that Michael Crichton went and wrote a book for this movie. But then in a lot of the interviews for this, Spielberg and David Koepp did not stick with it at all. And there is a interview with Kathleen Kennedy, and she was just kind of like, well, it's a book. We don't have to stick to it. So he wrote some good stuff. But yeah, he went and wrote the book. I'm trying to find the quote here. I just thought it was pretty wild what she wrote. And also, wait, who's the best dad? Oh, they said that the T-Rex in this movie is the best dad of everyone in the franchise because all the parents are terrible in the Jurassic Park movies, which is interesting. Just want to run that by you.
Okay.
Jurassic Park 3 bad.
Okay.
Jurassic Park 4 they send him away. There's whole articles about who's the best dad, but they had I just want to read you this interview. So Spielberg and David Koepp fashioned a news story, In the same way Michael doesn't see writing as a collaboration, Steven went off and did his own movie. When Michael turned the book over to Steven, he knew his work was finished. The author was never consulted about the sequel, nor was he sent the script until he held back approval of certain merchandising rights. He's like, when I write, I have the book to be exactly the way I want it to be, and that's that. The movie will be exactly the way the director wants it to be, and that's that. So, yeah. And then, like, the T-Rex never went to San Diego, but then Spielberg was like, when I realized I could probably leave that directing job to someone else, I selfishly wanted, like, so the T-Rex was supposed to make it back to the States in the third movie, but then Spielberg's like, I don't want another director doing that. So he just took it.
Jeez.
So he's like, yeah, I'm just going to do it, which makes me happy. But it was kind of like Michael Crichton. That's so it's not even passive aggressive. Michael Crichton's like, I want no input when I write my book. And then Kathleen Kennedy and Spielberg and Kep, well, he doesn't want input, so we don't want input from him about the script.
Yeah.
That's pretty gnarly. And then I love, too, that Spielberg just said, well, I don't want another director taking a dinosaur back in the States, so I'm just going to do it. And then he just lumped it into this movie, which makes me happy. Like, this movie is just, it's kind of petty, and I love it, and it makes me happy. What do you think?
Yeah, it's like a weird cross between, like, The Shining in 2001, Space Odyssey, right?
Yeah.
Shining, Kubrick's like, yeah, I'm just going to use this as a platform and go from there. And then 2001, he's doing the film while Arthur C. Clarke is writing the book. And he's like, how do you want me to end this? He's like, I don't do whatever you want. I'm going to do this. So the book and the movie have like one or two similarities, but they're also very different at the same time.
Oh, that's a good drop right there. Oh, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nailing it. That's why I bring you on here.
Today's fun fact. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you know.
That and
the jet skis.
Yeah, that and the fact that we came up with an entire plot about Nick Nolte getting his jet ski back. Last thing before we get out of here, I just want to say when Ian Malcolm says, like, you know, this is where the geese chase you. Listen, Canadian geese are wildly tough animals, and they chase so many humans. So he's like, wait, he said something about the geese don't chase you. Like he said something about geese and how the tables get turned because no one chases geese. I'm like, where are you from, Malcolm? Have you never had a goose chase you? I lived at a park. I live at a park. I'm home. I live at a lake. I don't know what I'm talking about. So I go walk at a park. That was horrible to get there. But we walk, and there's 2 geese. They had 5 geeselings. I think that's the name for baby geese. But they raised all 5 of them to adulthood. You know those 2 geese are badasses.
Oh, yeah. They're mad dogging it.
They're mad dog everybody. Yeah. And so when he said, like, the geese don't chase you, I'm like, get out of here, Malcolm. I don't buy it.
Yeah.
Geese are tough.
And the thing is, the geese, they do the hiss thing. And you're like, oh, I don't know about this. But if you look at their teeth, they're not really sharp. They're just kind of ridges. And that's why they stick to plant life, because they can only chew it up so much and digest it.
Whoa.
So they're not going to hurt you. It's going to be like a little kitten nibbling at you. It's just a curiosity thing and a defense, but nothing. You know, I mean, they might catch you with a claw on the end of their wing, but even then, it's not going to do much. It's just very intimidating. It's like, what is it, little red pandas? When they stand up and put their hands up, because the taller they look, the more imposing and terrifying they feel, like to the whoever's attacking them. Like, same thing. It's just, hey, we're bad. And it's like, oh, not really. And then they hiss, and it's like, whoa, I'm sorry.
That's the cutest thing I could think of now, a red panda just lifting up and going, rawr.
Yeah, just like, you better look out. I'm tall, so I'm taller than you. Okay, I'll leave then.
I'm out.
We just get my backpack and my gummy bears and head on home.
What if you, like, shrunk down when the red panda got up? Would that confuse the red panda? Like, what?
Yeah, I think the red panda would just be like, am I this powerful? And then you surprise it and jump back to regular size, and then it runs away.
It's all over.
Then you feel bad.
We'll leave on a very positive note before we're able to promote your stuff here. But Jay, his top 5 from this movie. Pete Postlewaite. That's his favorite part of this movie.
Of course.
2, the cliff scene. He loved that scene, which they built on a car park, on the outside of a car park, which makes me happy.
What?
Yeah. If you watch the behind the scenes footage, it's just built on a car park. It's wonderful. 3, he said he loves the compies. 4, the hunting sequence when they go capture all the dinosaurs. That looked awesome.
Yeah.
And number 5, he said the team, but he left out Kelly. And he's like, I didn't mention the girl.
Of course he did.
He's like, chances I will later.
Yeah, okay.
We love it, Jay. Hey, promote Nick. Where can we find you?
Absolutely. You can find me over on Mixcloud.com with my non-film related project, Rehack Radio. We listen to some tunes and talk about the tunes. And then on the film related side of things, just recorded an episode with Howard Kasner over on his podcast, Pop Art. We took a look at The Shining and Ty West's The Innkeepers. Really great conversation. It was a really fun double feature, and I'm glad I got to do that.
Bro, Sarah Paxton, she can act. Are you happy to see her in that?
I was very happy to see her in that. Yeah, I was like, oh my God, it's her. And then I'm like, oh yeah, she nails this.
Have you watched Cheap Thrills?
Cannot say that I have.
She's really good in that. If you ever get bored, watch that movie.
I will. I'll look that up for sure.
Look, Pat Healy's in it. Ethan Embry turning in career best work. David Koechner.
Love Ethan Embry. He's one of them faces where it's like, oh my God, it's you.
I love new Ethan Embry, and I like new Devon Sawa. They've just gotten like bearded and ripped, and they just look tough now.
Okay. All right, now I know what I have to do.
Cheap Thrills. Trust me.
Bearded and ripped. Okay.
Yeah, and also, definitely listen to Rehack Radio. It's wonderful. And then also Twitter, The Rehack.
Oh, yeah, at The Rehack. I'm over on Twitter. A lot of pictures of cats and, my cat, I should say. And every so often something fun thrown out there. But, yeah, I'm always around.
Yeah, and my back still hurts from when you said your nickname was Mad Dog. I don't know why that was so funny, but
I'm going to change my Twitter right now. I'm at Mad Dog. At the maddest dog.
In parentheses. I don't know how you. I know that's because that's not AHHHH. That's because that's What's like? What's that note? How do you spell that?
Maybe AYHH. I don't know. Maybe AYHHHEE. Because it's got like a little on the end.
Spell it one more time.
A Y. I don't know.
Aw.
I feel like I'm about to have a stroke.
I can't do it. We need to figure out the visual representation of spelling that Nick Nolte noise out.
What about if it's AUHHHYE? Because it's got that like a little bit of a U.
Oh yeah, like the aughts.
Yeah. And it's got that little. There's probably somebody eating right now that's like getting ready to throw up. And this goes.
Yep, you did it. And you like it's like the aughts, but
yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, thank you for joining me, Mad Dog. This was great.
Anytime, day or night, we'll dog it up and all the way home.
Like the monster. All right. So for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, for Nick Mad Dog Rehack, this is Movie Sons of Flicks. We'll see you next week.